they will quickly alert you that, okay, an alert has been seen that a system is communicating with an known attacker IP address, and they will also give a detail quickly to you what is the attacker, who is the attacker, where this attacker was seen in previously. Like they will link some article that Microsoft has recently dealt with this similar attacker, and this was the intention of this attacker going forward. So these are the monitoring tools that kind of you can implement to kind of get a quick alert about what's happening in the organization. And the other thing, what you can also do, what we need to do is triage the potential issue. So once we have a alert, we also need to triage it. Triage it means, what I mean is that the term triage is we analyze the alert in quickly. Okay, is that alert false positive or true positive or benign positive? Let's say. So false positive means that, okay, let's say you got an alert that, okay, one of the server is communicating with a C2 IP, with the attacker server IP address. So you got an alert, you quickly analyze that. In the tries you means is that you collect the details. Okay, what system is communicating to? This system is that's the system that is communicating with that attacker IP address. Which team it belongs to? Let's say HR team. Okay, what could be the impact if it is real? So you provide those all details in that triage. Okay, is it something like once you have done the triage, you assess the alert. Okay, if that alert is false positive or true positive or benign positive. Okay, so these are the things that a SOC team, a blue team needs to kind of quickly implement. Okay. Now, let's say once we have kind of triaged the alert, and if suppose it is a true positive alert, we also need to kind of, what we also need to do is we need to kind of react quickly to that. We need to see what's the, like if it is true positive, we need to quickly see how we can contain that incident. So we know now that, okay, attacker is in our system, how we can limit the attacker access to any other system in the organization. So we need to quickly contain, we need to remediate. Remediate, I mean, is that we flush out the attacker from the system. We don't allow them to again come into our system. And we recover from that attack. We make that system reusable for the team to use. Okay. And the last thing also we do in the goal is that we whatever lesson we learned from that attack, we incorporate them to our documents. So the next time, once we have similar kind of attack happening, we we go through that lesson learned. Okay, what things worked for us during that attack, what thing didn't work for that attack. Let's say there were certain tools which were missing in that attack, which would have helped you in quickly triaging the incident. So the SOC team needs to kind of use either lesson learned and get themselves better prepared for next time. Okay, so if that next time comes up, you have all those proper tool next time for to you to quickly analyze those alerts. Okay, so these are the kind of goals. So these are some of the data points what you can use actually to kind of achieve your goals, which is to kind of reduce the effects of compromise to the minimum possible. Okay, so any questions on the points that I discussed, guys, with you before I proceed further? Okay, so now moving forward with the next slide. So we have covered till now kind of what the introduction to the blue team, what we are kind of going to discuss in class, what are kind of difficulties we face, and the reason why we are being attacked, what are the trend we see right now, and what are trends we see, and how long it takes to realize the attack, how we can kind of improve the SOC. Improve the SOC is definitely what I said, that where we can kind of stay up to date to the knowledge, utilize threat intelligence and various other details. Okay, and what is CSOC, which is Cyber Security Operations Center? This is something we looked at till now. And then the team's definition, we looked at the red team, blue team, and purple team. Why blue team? We looked at the two truth factor, why there's a need of blue team in any organization. That is, the compromise will happen, and we need to kind of keep ourselves secure by accepting that the compromise will happen, and we need to kind of detect those attacks as soon as possible. Okay, so and now our mission, we also talked about our mission, like why we are here, So our goal, our main mission is to keep a balance, strike a balance between security and productivity. So this is something we discussed. And now let's go to the next part, which is modern defense mindset. Okay, how the modern defense look like in any of the organization. Okay, and what should be the mindset of a modern defense team in any of the organization. So give me guys 1 minute and I will kind of quickly resume from the modern defense mindset. Okay. And in the meantime, if you guys have any questions, just think about it. And once I resume in next 1 minute, we can kind of address that out. Okay. Okay, guys. So we'll now resume with the modern mindset of modern defense mindset right now. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Any questions? I'll wait for 10 seconds to get that.
Yeah, actually,
Yes.
regarding trial process, you told true positive and false positive. Only two, they can operate, right? Thumbs up.
Not
Any,
exactly. Yeah. So there is something. So there is true positive, false positive, and benign positive. Okay. So most of the scenarios you will kind of get these three things. So true positive, I will say, is that you get an alert. Okay. Let's say let's treat an example. Okay. Let's say a system was communicating to a server, and that server is belongs to a known attacker. Okay. So SOC team comes in, they investigate the traffic, they investigate the system, doing the analysis, and they found out that there is certain malware running in the system. Okay, so you can tag that. So, guys, you can mute yourself. I think once you have answered, yeah, uh, because there's certain echoes in the background. Okay, so now thing is that once you have that alert, the team investigate and they found out that there's some malware running in the system. Okay, so a malware running in the system. I'm keeping this example really small, really easy to understand. So thing is that in that case, that alert will be true positive. So that means that alert that we got is really correct. Okay, now let's say how this alert can be false positive. Let's say uh, you got an alert, similar alert, where a computer is communicating with a known server IP address of attacker. But when you investigated, you found out that that server IP address, let's say, was 2.2.2.2. The IP address was 2.2.2, but now that IP address is belong to some other website. Previously, that IP address was allocated to attacker, let's say 10 days before, but now it is allocated to a different website. Okay, so in that case, what will happen is that in that case, what will happen is that the information the threat intelligence report that you had is stale now. Now thing is that you know that okay, this is not a valid attack. That IP address, which was the indicator of compromise, is not valid. And what you do is that you treat that as a false positive. And by false positive, I mean is that once you tag that as false positive, so any new alerts coming out, you document that up. And for similar alerts, what you do is you suppress that alert so that that alert will not be raised again, or you just make a note out of that, so that other teams, when the other shift team that works on that alert, they will quickly know that, okay,